when the Rams and the Titans made that trade and we called you up, you thought it would have to be for Wentz because you liked Wentz better than Goff. Now you see what Goff looks like this year. Where do you stand on that subject after seeing these two kids ball out in 2017?
I mean,
Mike?
I'm where I am and have been since the first time I watched Carson Wentz throw a football, and it was cemented when I spent time with him, Rich. And you and I were fortunate because we get to meet a lot of these guys in the NFL and spend time with them. And when you sit down with a Peyton Manning or a Matt Ryan or a Drew Brees or a Russell Wilson, you walk away with a certain feeling. And I remember being in Fargo, North Dakota at Wentz's pro day, and after I sat down with him, I walked away going, man, that's Tom Brady, that's Matt Ryan, that's Russell Wilson, that's who this kid is. So, he was number one on my entire board that year, not just a quarterback. What the Jared Goff thing is a revelation and confirmation to me how much coaching matters. And I think we're seeing it a lot, Rich, with how the young quarterbacks are being treated in the NFL today.
How so? Walk me through that, Mike.
All right, let's take Deshaun Watson. Okay?
Yep.
He was number one on my board last year as far as quarterbacks, but my comment was I didn't think he'd be ready to play year one. And I couldn't have been more wrong about that. And I had his game, I had two of his games this year. He lit up New England, and I'm watching him play against New England. I'm watching all the game film. I saw him play live twice. And I give Bill O'Brien a ton of credit because what he's doing, Rich, is in the old days, and I mean just a couple of years ago, coaches took these huge playbooks and said to the rookie first-round quarterback, here you go, kid, go learn it, and we'll play you when you're ready, or we'll play you before you're ready, even though you haven't learned it. And now what they're doing is they're sitting down with these talented young kids, and they're saying, okay, what makes you comfortable? And I'm watching Deshaun Watson run around with zone read, quarterback draw, bootlegs, play actions, a bunch of stuff he did at Clemson. And the kid was just electrifying. It was so much fun to watch. And while he's learning how to be a pocket quarterback in the NFL, he's experiencing success because Bill O'Brien has allowed him to dictate what he's comfortable with. And I'm seeing that in Marcus Mariota. I feel a similar way with him. Jared Goff, this year, he gets a coach that he's really comfortable with, who's got an ability to sit down with him and say, what makes you comfortable? What'd you do at Cal? What are the looks you're comfortable with? And that's a long answer, Rich, and I apologize.
No.
But I really believe that NFL coaching staffs have kind of stepped back and said, okay, we have to play to the strength of what these talented kids bring to the NFL. And I give the coaches credit for that.
Well, Mike Mayock here in the Honda Insider Report. It's a copycat league. Don't you think there are going to be other teams that want to go get themselves a Sean McVay for their young quarterbacks? That may be one of the reasons why John Fox needs to look over his shoulder in Chicago with Mitchell Trubisky having the reins now thrown in his direction, Mike?
Well, I don't think it has to be a young guy. I think the smartest thing that Sean McVay did was hire an old defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. And a veteran staff. I believe that. But I do believe it has to be, and it doesn't have to be the head coach, but that helps. I mean, Bill O'Brien's an older guy, and Bill O'Brien completely changed who he was when he had Christian Hackenberg at Penn State when he inherited Deshaun Watson. And I think that's what you've got to be willing to do. And I don't think it's just Sean McVay. I think the entire league. I mean, you look in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota with the play action, the zone reads, when he's healthy, boy, he's explosive and he's becoming a better and better pocket quarterback. So I'm really positive and upbeat about a lot of these young quarterbacks, Rich, especially since we're going to lose a class of guys over the next few years, like the Eli Mannings and Drew Brees, Rivers, Roethlisberger, Brady. We're going to lose some special guys, and I'm excited about this young crop of quarterbacks.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.